at thedrpatshow.com.
Listen to Dr. Pat, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern on CRN.
Welcome to Divine Love Talk with Dr. Parthenia Grant, where we talk about health, well-being, and the love of the divine that exists in all of us. Now, here's your host, Dr. Parthenia Grant.
Oh, I'm always delighted to be back here at CRN, where we have free speech, and it is honored. Today, I'm also very, very happy to have our special guest, Ashwin Shri Salam. Did I say that right, Ashwin?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. And Diane Bacchus-Quittis, who both are the developers of this amazing app called AHHAA. That's a social media app that you can use to spread inspiring and encouraging waves around the world to help people deal with a lot of the stresses, for instance, what we're dealing with here in California with the drought. And so today we'll be discussing, along with my co-host Kim Michaels, who is joining us via Skype. Kim, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, we're going to be talking about what each individual can do to counterbalance the power elite poisoning the air, water, and food supply on this planet. I know that everywhere I look, people are very, very concerned about the rising cost of water, the water rationing here in California, and of course the soaring price of foods because the crops are failing because of the drought, and then of course the air conditioning costs are going up. So there's a lot of concern, and the one thing that we know is that we can't go to the people that are causing the problem and ask them to solve the problem that they're causing. So today I wanted to focus on what individuals can do to counteract this situation with the poisoning of the water, air, and food on the planet. So, Kim, I'd like to start out with you and then bring in Ashwin and Diane.
Okay. Well, I think the first thing you can realize as an individual is that there is a spiritual solution to almost every problem we can encounter. And nature has a wonderful ability to right itself, to balance itself. And that's because there is something called nature spirits or elemental beings. And what unfortunately happens is that when they're very sensitive. They're very sensitive to our energy. And when they get too burdened by the negative energy that we produce, emotional, mental energy, and also through our physical actions, then they can't find that balance. They can't purify nature as they are meant to do. And so what we can do is use spiritual exercises to help free them from that burden. And I've actually just recently published a book called How You Can Help Change the World.
Oh, wow.
And it talks more about this in greater depth and detail, how we can actually invoke positive energy in order to counteract any type of pollution.
Okay, what's the name of the book again, Kim?
How You Can Help Change the World.
Oh, I love that. Okay, so I've got to download that and get on top of that ASAP. And I personally use the Violet Flame, and it's a very short little invocation that just says, I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity that God desires. And I set an intention to clear the smog or the fog that might be covering the particular area that I'm in. And literally, within less than 15 minutes, there's a visible clearing of the atmosphere by just calling on the elementals of wind, water, earth, fire, and air. They do respond to us talking to them. So now I want to bring in Ashwin and Diane. You have this wonderful app, AHHAA, and I am so sorry. I thought I had turned this off. Okay. I'm so sorry. Okay, that was a really bad one. So this app that you guys have is really amazing in its potential to inspire people to do positive things to solve some of the problems on the planet. So what are some suggestions that the two of you have, Ashwin and Diane?
Yes, Parthenia. Again, thank you for having us both on the show. It's wonderful to be here. We had participated a couple of weeks ago, and it was wonderful. So it's amazing that we would be talking about this, because right now, as we are talking about it, there are a whole set of people posting on a real-time basis on AHA all amazing acts they are performing right now in different parts of the world, which is all taking care of Mother Earth. And since this is the Earth Week and it's most Earth Day, we started this whole campaign, and we've been working with a whole lot of youth organizations, different other community organizations in America, in India, and they all are posting waves. We call it as a wave on the platform, where people create a wave. A wave is an idea, a story, a breakthrough, an input that could literally awaken many other people around the planet, and that's what is happening right now, even as we're talking about it. And going further, the place from where Diane and myself came from when we were creating this platform, there's always a choice we have in any given point of time, and the choice could be a conscious choice or an unconscious choice. And what we mean by that is an unconscious choice is rather a choice which we make, which is only concerned about oneself, one's survival, and it doesn't go beyond that. What we mean by a conscious choice is what I do, the way I think, the way I act. I think of the implications it would have at a larger level, and knowing the interconnectedness of all existence. We always say, and we believe and we experience, not that we have to become one, we have always been one. Right. And what you're seeing now with the situation with the nature, we're all fabric of that one organism, and that one organism has to survive, it has to survive together, and each and every individual, each and every aspect of that organism, if they function from a conscious place, which simply means this basic realization that we're all one being, and when we do something that is inspiring, that is positive and uplifting, it is going to create an endless ripple, and so many others are going to be inspired to do the same. That's the place from where we came as we were creating this platform, and we are seeing it happening, though they might not go to the root of that understanding, but what is happening is many people, as they start posting positive posts on the platform, they invariably start experiencing the oneness of all creation. And from that place, it is natural that the way we will think and act will lead to a place where, just as Kim was mentioning earlier, that spirit of the nature will also start responding to this new human spirit that people are displaying.
Yes, and I think we need to show a lot more respect to nature and the elementals for all of the amazing work that they do. I remember a line from the color purple, where they were in that beautiful field with purple flowers, and the main character was pointing out, how beautiful the trees and the fields are, and she said, "I'll bet God, gets offended when we pass by the color purple and we don't even notice it." And on a spiritual level, the violet ray, the purple ray, represents freedom and mercy and compassion and forgiveness. So I've always thought about that, and so now whenever I go outside, the first thing I do is open my windows to see if the sun is shining, because I love the sun. And when it's not shining, I have to go out and just talk to the sun and say, "Please shine on me," and help clear this beautiful city of the angels and I apologize for the pollution that we are inflicting upon the planet, and ask for their help in bringing in the wind to clear the skies, or to bring in, the elementals, the salamanders, generate heat. They're the elementals that generate heat, and we can call them the sylphs, who are the elementals that generate rain, which we desperately need right now in California. So I think people have forgotten, that we were granted dominion over the planet, and we are here to be caretakers of the planet. And I think about what Dalai Lama said when people ask him, well, what can individuals do to help the planet? And he said, very simply, pick up the trash. And so I think about that, you keep the earth beautiful and sacred. So there is something that every individual on this planet can do. Ashwin, you and Diane are doing an amazing job, by coming up with this app and promoting it. Kim, you're doing a tremendous body of work, publishing all these books that are getting us in touch with our spirituality. And I'm very excited about this new book. Kim has over 40 books on spirituality and personal growth and development that he has published. And I know, for one, I've been helped tremendously by his body of work. And Ashwin, your spirituality has led me a long, your connecting with you was my beginning of my real deep spiritual journey. So I feel very, very blessed to be surrounded by you guys. And Diane, I'm not leaving you out. You're a big part of this. But I really want to emphasize today that we are not helpless. We are not victims of, this weather modification program that's going on with the chemtrails. And all people have to do is research. The government has been doing weather modification since the 1940s. They've had the technology. They've been using HAARP, to interfere with the weather patterns. And I was at the grocery store the other day, and this the checker said, you think with all this technology that the government could at least make it rain. And I said, well, they can. It's just that, by creating droughts, they can charge us more money and create more stress and create more fear. So, Kim, I'm going to pass that off to you.
Well, I was thinking what you said about loving the sun. Don't forget to love the rain clouds. It might start raining.
Well, yeah, I got to start talking to the sylphs and the clouds. You're absolutely right.
But I thought it was a beautiful image when you're talking about we can appreciate nature. And actually, when you become more aware, you realize that everything is connected. And we are living inside this wonderful whole. And we are part of that whole. And that is unfortunately the key right there to all of our environmental problems, is that for centuries, and even beyond that, we have had this underlying philosophy that separates us from nature, from each other, and from our true spirituality.
Exactly.
And right there, that consciousness of separation is what really has to go. And I think, that's where a lot of normal people can do amazing things by connecting inside themselves to their own spirituality. And then you also begin to connect to all of the amazing beings that are around you. And I think what you were saying was beautiful, because these nature spirits, it's like they say, a rose will smell good even if there's nobody around to smell it. But the nature spirits are part of the whole that we are in. Mm-hmm. And they are actually at a lower level of development than we are as humans. And therefore, it actually means something to them when we appreciate what they produce.
Yes, and acknowledge them. So when we come back after commercial break, we will be continuing this discussion and empowering and inspiring people through the AHA app, AHHAA app. I downloaded it on my phone. It just takes a second. And I'm already using it to inspire people. So I'm talking with my co-host Kim Michaels from TranscendenceToolbox.com and the inventors of the AHA app. Ashwin and Diane will be back with more of Divine Love Talk on CRN after commercial break. I'm your host, Dr. Parthenia Grant.
It's the biggest flooring event of the year. Lumber Liquidators' 12th annual April sale with 5 days of unbelievable clearance deals from 29 cents. Don't miss once-in-a-lifetime prices on solid pre-finished Bellawood domestic hardwood from an incredible 99 cents. Or Bellawood 3/4-inch exotic hardwood up to 77% off. Bamboo, laminate, and more up to 67% off. Plus more deals added daily in your local store. And 24-month special financing for beautiful, high-quality hardwood floors for less. Get to the April sale event today. Visit lumberliquidators.com to find a store near you.
Homeowners, there's never been a more affordable time to help protect your home and loved ones. You can now get a $100 Visa card from Protect Your Home, your authorized ADT dealer, with the installation of a new ADT monitored system. Call Protect Your Home today at 1-866-669-8954. That's 1-866-669-8954. Call now. 36-month monitoring contract required. General terms and conditions apply. Visit protectyourhome.com/terms.
Experience a luxury boutique hotel escape in the heart of Laguna Beach, California. With the finest art gallery, shopping, dining, and nightlife just steps from your door. The heart of Laguna Beach, the edge of the sea. It's the Inn at Laguna Beach. Enjoy our comfortable rooms, blending the style of a timeless beach bungalow with the modern comforts of today. 70 newly appointed guest rooms and suites await you at the Inn at Laguna Beach. Then, relax at the rooftop bar, where you'll indulge in breathtaking views of the ocean. For dining, you'll find libations and local cuisine on the California coastline, including dining at the legendary Las Brisas, a Southern California landmark. The Inn at Laguna Beach, footsteps from room to village to sea, located in the heart of Laguna Beach. The Inn is within walking distance of all that Laguna Beach has to offer. No car required. The Inn at Laguna Beach, 211 North Coast Highway in Laguna Beach, California. Call 800-544-4479 or visit inatlagunabeach.com.
When you really want Italian food, you've got to go to Columbo's. Columbo's Italian Steakhouse and Jazz Club, Colorado Boulevard, Eagle Rock. Is that little neighborhood place you wish was down the street from you? It's springtime in the Southland, and the yucca filamatusa are in bloom, and so is the hunger and thirst for good times. Palate-pleasing, mouth-watering steaks, yes! Neptune's gifts of the freshest fish direct from the 7 seas, oh yes! Columbo's delectable Italian family specialties that shame the competition, yes! Jazz every night, check! All at such reasonable prices, yes, yes, yes! And might I add one more yes? Thank you. Let us not forget their award-winning meatballs, oh yes! Columbo's. It's more than the stuff of urban legend. It is that good. Columbo's, because it really is that little neighborhood place you wish was down the street from you. Columbo's. Yes. Manja.
Okay, we're back with more of Divine Love Talk on CRN. I have my guest who are the creators of the AHA app, AHHAA app, that you can download on your Android or your iPhones today, as soon as possible, and start inspiring the world with solutions to many of the social ills that we're facing today. And I also have joining me my co-host, Kim Michaels. Give us the name of your new book again, Kim.
How you can help change the world.
Yeah, love that. So the whole idea and the premise of today's show is that we can choose to be victims and sit around in fear and, complaining about, what they are doing to us. Or we can educate, enlighten, and inspire ourselves to move back into that space of divinity that is within all of us, and that power, that God-given power that is within all of us, by reconnecting with the nature and the elemental spirits and calling on their help in cleaning up the atmosphere. At the same time, we need to be doing our part to pollute less and to convert more to solar energy and electric cars. That's my big thing. So Ashwin and Diane, I'm going to hand this off to you guys.
Artenia, as you're speaking about the drought in California, we're in New York right now, and it's raining here. And I've been sending that energy to you, and every drop of the rain, I'm just kind of looking at it and sending that energy your way and Kim's way.
All
right.
So,
yeah. But a lot of it has to do with awareness.
Yes.
And I believe that we're never too young to learn.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the younger the age group that we can teach our kids, and we can really get them in sync with what's happening with nature. And I know a lot of schools already are doing the same, and they're teaching our kids already. But it's something that we have to exist in every part or every place that our children are. So they grow up with this culture of really protecting our environment, caring for it, loving, and supporting the environment.
Yeah.
We're having an event on Friday for Earth Day with Boys and Girls Club here in New York, and it's all meant to showcase the small acts of kindness that we are doing to Mother Earth, and post it on AHA and share that inspiration and kind of give that aha moment to someone else.
Yeah.
You can say, oh my God, the next time I see a piece of trash on the floor, I'll pick it up. The next
Exactly.
time I decide to, the next time I decide to, drink out of a bottle, maybe I'll just use a glass instead, or whatever it is, the small things that we could do to really care for our planet. And one of the things that the Boys and Girls Club are doing that I know of, that they share this, that they'll be teaching these students or these kids to actually recycle little cartoon milk cartons, where they can actually recycle it using it as a little plant box.
Yeah.
So they'll be planting out of these carton boxes and literally reusing. And I think those are the things that we need to teach.
Yeah, those are little things that we can all do. There's a clicking in the background with you guys. I don't know, it's like shuffling or something that's making it hard for us to hear you, so I don't know what that is.
Okay.
All right.
Let us know if it increases or if it's the same. Is it the same?
It's much better now. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, great. Now, Kim, could I get some more input from you on things that we can do?
Yes, well, my tools are always the spiritual tools, and that's what Transcendence Toolbox is full of. And it has a lot of invocations and a lot of decrees. You were talking about the violet flame.
Mm-hmm.
It has a lot of decrees to the violet flame. It also has a lot of invocations where you name specific conditions,
mm-hmm.
and then you direct the spiritual energy into those conditions. That's part of the whole invocation, where you have a rhythmic invocation of energy, but you also direct it. And you can find those for free on Transcendence Toolbox, and there are many different kinds. There are, I think, 25 of them that are for various world conditions.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, of course, I'm coming to California this summer.
That's
to do
right.
a conference about for all of North America. It's not just for California, but
right.
Nevertheless, I'm sure we will make invocations for the drought and other conditions.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you for reminding me to remind everybody that for the first time in 5 years, Kim will be coming to the U.S. With the help of the Ascended Masters to anchor the ray of love on the U.S. continent. You're listening to Divine Love Talk on CRN. I'm your host, Dr. Parthenia Grant, with Kim Michaels and the creators of the AHA app, Ashwin and Diane. We'll be back with more after commercial break on what you can do about the drought in California.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new law clause that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-351-8614. That's 800-351-8614. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-351-8614.
Homeowners, now is the season to be thinking about your roof, because all it takes is one storm to turn a small roof problem into a major leak. If it's time for a new roof, call Sears at 888-465-9720. You can save $500 if you call right now. Sears licensed, fully insured contractors can get your roofing job done right. Just call 888-465-9720. Sears has a variety of shingles and styles that are built for long-lasting performance, and you'll save $500 if you call now. So call Sears for a free in-home consultation at 888-465-9720. Hurry, offer ends soon. Not available in all areas. Installation provided by Sears authorized licensed contractors. License information available upon request. That's Sears Roofing. Call right now and save $500. Call 888-465-9720. 888-465-9720. Call Sears now and get that roof repaired. Call 888-465-9720.
You order a glass of your favorite Cabernet, fresh asparagus, hollandaise on the side, a filet, medium rare. You unfurl your napkin with a flair, close your eyes, and prepare to listen. Ah, there it is. The sweet music you long to hear. The sizzle. The sizzle of a Ruth's Chris steak.
The most magnificent corn-fed prime beef, broiled to perfection at 1800 degrees. Some call it a sizzle. We call it an anthem.
As the waiter approaches, you think, is this one mine or that one?
Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. Like Ruth always said, life's too short to eat anywhere else.
Make a reservation online at ruthschris.com or by calling 800-544-0808.
Need a great tractor to help with your chores? Get a Kubota BX Series subcompact tractor with financing as low as 0% APR for up to 5 years during our More Power to You sales event. 0 down, 0% APR financing for terms up to 60 months on select equipment now through June 30th, 2015. Not available for rental, national accounts, governmental customers, or with some customer instant rebate offers. Financing through Kubota Credit Corporation USA, subject to credit approval. Other exceptions may apply. For more information, call toll-free 1-888-465-8268.
For more information or to find a participating dealer, visit Kubota.com.
Hi, this is Fred Dreyer. Join me and Michael Horn on the PM show Wednesdays at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, here on CRN Digital Talk. We talk about things in the sports world nobody else does. So listen in to me and Mike at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, right here on CRN Digital Talk. And go to crntalk.com for more information on other show times. And don't forget to take us with you by downloading the CRN app on the App Store.
Okay, we're back with more Divine Love Talk on CRN with my guest, Ashwin and Diane, the creators of the AHA app, AHHAA, which you can download on your Android or your iPhone and start inspiring the world with waves of encouragement and appreciation. And we really want to focus as much as possible right now on healing Mother Earth, which I think begins with healing that whole separation energy and this feeling that we're separate from the elementals. Ashwin, I remember when I was in India, my very first experience with oneness and being connected to everything was at Oneness University on the rooftop when we were doing yoga and just looking up at those ancient mango trees that Oneness University is surrounded with. And it was the beauty of those trees and the energy of those trees that just really led me into this state of oneness with everything. And I remember when I was there, you used to sleep in those trees at night, if I recall.
You're right. Yeah, absolutely. We used to spend time in trees. especially when the weather is good. And you're right. Oh my God, it was an absolutely wonderful feeling every time we used to go there, hang out there. Those trees were easily a couple of 100 years old.
Yes.
And some of the participants who used to come to the coast, they used to have these experiences where they would almost feel as if the tree is talking to them, its history, the whole past, and the journey that the tree has been through, which for a fact is true. Every tree, every part of this Mother Earth is going through its own journey, just as we have our own life journey. And some people used to have experiences of hearing from the tree or from the soil what all they had been through. And yeah, I totally remember that time.
Yeah, and I think that people can begin connecting with the elementals through the trees. They're our communication system on the planet, and without them, we would also not have oxygen because they clean the carbon dioxide and convert it into oxygen. So we're very, very indebted to the trees for cleaning the air, but also for giving us nuts and fruits and, just being so generous and giving us shade. And I know that was my connection. I'm still very much connected to trees. I have these beautiful experiences all the time where there's no breeze whatsoever, and I will look up at a tree and just tell the tree how beautiful it is, and it will literally just start shimmying and shaking and swaying, and it's the most beautiful thing. And sometimes, I won't even I'll be talking to one tree, and then another tree will just start shaking and going, "Hey, I'm over here." And there was one where I used to live that I named the Tree Shimmy because it would just start shimmying every time I walked out the door. It was like it was dancing for me. And out to see the tree. And sure enough, soon as I walked out, it started shimmying and shaking, and none of the other trees were moving. So I think people, just by connecting with the trees, can you hear me? Okay, by connecting with the trees, they can get a feel for how alive the elementals are, and especially just looking for something as simple as there is no wind, there is no breeze, so why is this one tree, shimmying and shaking and swaying? So I don't know, Kim, have you ever had any experiences like that?
Well, yeah, I've certainly felt connected to nature, but I focus more on your Ascended Masters because that's my job. But I was doing a little bit of research during a commercial break here, and on Ascended Master Light, ascendedmasterlight.com, there was actually a teaching about what causes various kinds of earth conditions.
Okay.
And I looked up specifically drought.
Okay.
And it says here, this is a teaching from Mother Mary, that drought is actually caused by greed. The spiritual poison that produces it is greed. And if you look at the history of California, you can see that
the gold rush.
The gold rush, and what it specifically says in the teaching here about greed is that this is the sense that nothing is ever enough. Mm-hmm. And it actually creates the desire to destroy what you can't have or can't control.
Wow.
So greed is like a fire that burns everything, and it can never be satisfied. You can never fill it.
Well, what a metaphor, because we're actually on fire. There are all these forest fires right now in California. So, wow, how powerful is that? Thank you for sharing that. So that's on AscendedMasterLight.com?
Yeah, and what I wanted to say also, the teaching talks about there are 5 Jnani Buddhas, they're called.
Yeah.
And in Buddhism, they're often seen as meditation Buddhas, but I see them as ascended masters also. And there is one that is named Amitabha, and he's very powerful for counteracting the poison of greed. And you can actually give a chant to him. It's very simple. It says, it is Om Amitabha Hri. And you can chant it. You can draw it out.
Om Amitabha Hri.
Yeah.
Ashwin, I bet you can say that one real well. So, Diane, what do you want to add to the discussion?
Yeah, it's amazing when you were talking about the whole stopping and really enjoying the leaves of the tree and really kind of feeling the presence. But what is the side or the great effect to it to us humans is that we're really stopping and enjoying the present, and we are healing ourselves. And I think even as we are looking out for our planet in small acts, it's not just the planet we're looking out for, but internally we are healing ourselves in so many different ways, just being in the present.
Well, that's very powerful. I'd also like to share something in addition to the violet flame, which I've used like with a group of a dozen people, where we wanted to go hiking and it started snowing. They had already predicted it was going to snow, and we wanted it to stop, so we used the violet flame, and literally in minutes the snow stopped and we had sunshine and a beautiful day to go hiking. So we can set our intention for rain. Kim, as you said, I love the sunshine, so I'm now going to be asking that it rain at night and give us sunshine during the day. Why not? And since we were given dominion over the elementals, and as you mentioned, they're not as evolved as humans, I know that they do respond to us. So, Kim, I'm passing it over to you.
Yeah, and that's where I think we have to be a little bit careful, because the elementals will respond, but there are many different people with many different needs and desires. So who are they going to respond to? And obviously, when you have a severe situation like you have in California, then people need to decide, we do want rain. We are willing to have rain, and you need to ask for it and make the calls for it, especially the more spiritually attuned people, because they are the ones who have the greatest connection.
Yes.
Jesus, for example, I see as the ultimate attuned person. And he could command the elementals to stop the storm.
Yes,
and
that's
this
true.
is a potential we all have, and it's a right we all have, but we have to be very careful how we exercise it.
Yes. Well, and I think as long as we're exercising it for the greater good, then it's in alignment with nature. And right now, the greater good is we need to do something about the drought. And I also want to mention working with the Native Americans and their rain dances and their connection to the earth. They have been persecuted, throughout history, specifically because of their connection to the elementals and the earth. So I'd like to encourage people to connect with some of the Native Americans who are doing rain dances. Does anyone have any comments on that?
Well, I obviously think that the native peoples from around the world, they have a much greater connection to nature than we have in our Western culture, because what unfortunately happened was that our history has again blinded us with this consciousness of separation, and it actually started a long time ago. Christianity has certainly played a part in this separation, and then came materialism on top of that, which says that anything we can't measure with science is not real. But when native peoples for thousands of years have connected to nature, then we can't just sweep that aside and say that's not real anymore, because it is real, or they wouldn't have done it for so long.
Exactly. So, Diane, were you going to say something?
Yeah, I know, I was trying to enough. Well, in almost 18 years of spiritual journey, one thing I would like to share, which is something in concurrence with what we are discussing today, the nature of the subject, is there are always two aspects. One is what you feel, and the other is what you do. And what you were sharing earlier about being able to feel the presence of the tree and the nature and the sunshine, definitely that leaves an imprint in you, and it starts imbibing a culture which will make you live a more conscious life. And as you start realizing that you have to live a more conscious life, what matters the most then after is what you do, or what kind of actions you perform. And just the feeling alone is not going to bring about the transformation. It is so important to think and realize how are we going to act, and how are we going to take each and every step that we take on a day-to-day basis. And quite often there is this realization that has to be looked into, and many people feel, what can someone as little as me do to make this planet a better place? And this planet is so massive. It is beyond my comprehension, and I'm just a small little being here. What can I do? Now, that realization that what a little person like me can do though it is a small realization by one individual, there are so many people feeling the same, and as a collective realization, it is a huge effect on the planet in terms of how we think and act.
Yes.
And that's the reason, one of the reasons why we brought AHA out. Now, quite often, many think, how are we going to bring about this collective shift, and how are we going to make people realize that it's not just the experts, it's not just some special people who alone can bring about transformation, but each and every individual can contribute to this collective change. And today, the biggest blessing we have to bring about that kind of a collective wave is internet, is technology. And that's what we see happening when things which really don't make sense, when things which are totally unconnected to life can become viral in today's age of internet. It's easily and equally possible to make positive, inspirational waves viral, where you see each and every person on this planet realizing how they can do something that is productive to this Mother Earth and be helpful to this Mother Earth and be kind. And that kind of a collective transformation is possible today more than ever before because of internet, and that's what we're trying to do through AHA, where all these people who are thinking, what can me alone do to this planet, suddenly they realize that I am the one who is going to do a little bit, do much more. Soon you have a world of people doing good to this planet.
Oh, well, thank you for that, Ashwin. I don't know what the clicking sound is all about. It went away for a bit, but it's definitely back now. So you guys will have to talk a little bit louder over the clicking. So, Kim, did you want to add something to that? Or Diane, did you have something to add?
Yeah, actually, just to add a little bit more what Ashwin shared, this whole campaign that we started about Earth Day, Earth Week, protecting our Mother Earth, we actually even took it a little farther where once someone share what they're already doing, that they can invite others to share the same. And that's how we can really have a massive collection of minds coming together as one for one major cause and one major issue, and realizing that we all are doing something wonderful. And one other thing I wanted to add is that we send so many mixed signals to the universe.
Yeah.
We send so many mixed signals all the time to our nature. You know, we'll have a beautiful sunshiny day and we'll ask for rain, or we'll have a lot of rain and we'll ask for sun, or vice versa, whatever it is that's happening. But just being content of what is happening, what the nature is providing, that it is what it is, and there's no way of controlling it, and kind of sending that energy that we're enjoying the presence, we're in that moment. I think that is a healing.
Well, you know,
going on.
Diane, at the same time, I think we do need to acknowledge what Kim said. We are affecting the weather. Our negativity does create, you know, these dark clouds of energy that surround the planet. Our pollution is affecting the planet. So we do have to acknowledge that technology is polluting the planet and affecting the weather patterns. And there is such a thing. You do the research. Chemtrails are happening. They're poisoning the sky. And, you know, the HAARP technology is specifically being used to modify the weather, as are chemtrails. If you read the patents that NASA, the Navy, and Hughes have for chemtrails, they specifically point out that they are modifying the weather. So we are doing things to the weather. I just wanted to point that out.
Absolutely right. I think, you know, a lot of it is man-made by itself. And just by doing our part also of the small things that we can do and continuously sharing that and using technology again. It's so funny that we're mentioning technology in both aspects of it.
Well, the misuse of like it, you know, it could be for good or bad.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think we should also send out that message that using technology to really spread the word and really bring awareness of all the things that are happening, and really kind of inspiring each other to do more.
Yes. So I agree. After commercial break, we're going to leave the audience with more things that they can do to bring back balance on the planet. You're listening to Divine Love Talk on CRN. I'm your host, Dr. Parthenia Grant, interviewing the creators of the AHA app and my co-host, Kim Michaels. Give us the name of your new book again, Kim.
How You Can Help Change the World.
How You Can Help Change the World. There's something every one of us can do, little bitty things every day to change the world. We'll be back with more after commercial break on Divine Love Talk on CRN.
CRN travelers, relax at the beautiful Fountain Grove Inn and Conference Center in Santa Rosa, California. Come to quality and come to luxury. Experience the newly renovated guest rooms. They're generously sized and they're decorated in the Tuscan tradition. They have great, incredible pillow-top mattresses, luxurious linens, and down-filled comforters. The Fountain Grove Inn also offers complimentary Wi-Fi and internet access. There's warm cookies and coffee every evening in the hotel lobby, and you can visit the newly remodeled Equus Restaurant and Equus Lounge with its new wine bar. It's the ideal place to relax and enjoy a glass of wine and watch our What's Cooking on Wine show on CRN with host Larry Van Alst on Wednesdays. It's the Fountain Grove Inn, Hotel, and Conference Center located in the heart of Sonoma wine country. It's easily located in Santa Rosa off the 101 Fountain Grove Parkway exit. Call 707-578-6101. That's 707-578-6101 or visit fountaingroveinn.com.
You order a glass of your favorite Cabernet, fresh asparagus, hollandaise on the side, a filet, medium rare. You unfurl your napkin with a flair, close your eyes, and prepare to listen. Ah, there it is. The sweet music you long to hear. The sizzle. The sizzle of a Ruth's Chris steak.
The most magnificent corn-fed prime beef, broiled to perfection at 1800 degrees. Some call it a sizzle. We call it an anthem.
As the waiter approaches, you think, is this one mine or that one?
Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. Like Ruth always said, life's too short to eat anywhere else.
Make a reservation online at ruthschris.com or by calling 800-544-0808.
Tired of the same old presentations?
Can you forward to slide 38, please?
Are you looking for a new, out-of-the-box topic for your next event?
Want your group to leave inspired, informed, and satisfied?
No PowerPoint presentations and dim lights here. No snoring or snoozing goes on during Pat's presentations. To help your entire group, organization, business, or church stay safe during any healthcare or hospital experience, invite Pat to speak. Pick a topic from her website or request your own. Visit her website, speakupandstayalive.com, or call Pat to discuss how she can make your next event fun, enlightening, and life-saving.
Want testimonials?
Go to the bulletin board link at the website for color pictures and comments from real people. Again, it's speakupandstayalive.com or call 440-725-5462. That's 440-725-5462.
Okay, we're wrapping this up on Divine Love Talk with your host, Dr. Parthenia Grant, and my co-host, Kim Michaels, has a new book. Kim, one more time, the title?
How You Can Help Change the World.
How You Can Help Change the World. And Ashwin and Diane, the creators of AHA, the app that you can download on your Android or your Apple to create waves of inspiration around the world. So again, I want to say that we can sit around and complain and whine about being victims of, what the power elite and the major corporations are doing to the planet. Or we can reclaim our God-given right to have dominion over the earth and work in harmony with the elementals on the planet to help unburden them. And using the app, we can, send pictures and messages about some of the inspiring, they might sound like little things, but they're big things when, thousands or millions of us are doing them. So I'd like to point out that you should check out the Orgonite jewelry, the Orgonite energy generators that actually deflect electromagnetic waves and negative energy in the environment. I make the Orgonite myself, and I put it in my garden. And I have beautiful plants in my garden. So that's another thing that people can do, is create these orgone generators that are made out of crystals, resin, and metal, like copper metals. So again, Ashwin and Diane, what would you like to remind the people that they can do?
I think what's most important is, if we really want to find solution to any of this problem, if you really want to envision a better earth, what is most important is not go one situation after another situation and finding a more objective solution to each of the situations, but even to start with coming from this realization as to how interconnected we are. And when that place of being interconnected is our state of being, and we think and act from that place, and when groups act from that place, then the kind of solutions they would find, a current mind might not be able to perceive that, but rather a collective mind like that would be able to see it more easily, because it is more about the collective well-being than the individual well-being. And platforms like AHA or technology, as we were discussing earlier, can be totally made use for good, because it can bring about the collective realization as to how we are all one, and post all these small acts, keep inspiring each other, and soon you would find a world of inspired people bringing this collective difference to the planet. And when people are thinking and functioning from that kind of a place, the situations we have today for which we are trying to find solutions might acquire a whole different scenario, and the way we go about it might be entirely different.
Okay, so Diana, in 30 seconds or less, what would you like to leave the audience with?
Yeah, I mean, just to add what Ashwin has shared already, we all are making a difference every single day, and just to bring that energy together on one platform where we can share, inspire, and hold each other to higher standards.
Absolutely. Kim, I'd like you to close out with a statement.
What they are doing to the planet is a reflection of our state of consciousness.
Okay, I'm with you. So we've got to be the change we want to see on the planet, and there are all these little things that we pointed out today that each of you can do that can change the course of this perceived destiny. You've been listening to Divine Love Talk on CRN. I'm your host, Dr. Parthenia Grant, and my co-host, Kim Michaels. Check out his work at Transcendence Toolbox and download your AHA app today. That's AHHAA. We'll be back next week talking more about Kim's new book.
Are you tired of hearing your favorite talk radio shows sound like this? What if you could hear your favorite shows at